Ladies and gentlemen, Todd Gurley is now an Atlanta Falcon. Who would have thought we were saying this 2 years ago when Todd Gurley was in the Super Bowl? Like, now he's an Atlanta Falcon after 2 years, after making that mega deal, being the highest paid running back in the NFL. Todd Gurley is now an Atlanta Falcon. This knee injury that's been lingering him for a few seasons now has made the Rams get rid of him. They just don't feel like he's the same type of player as he was when they drafted him. So now he's going back to Georgia and is going to be in Atlanta with the Atlanta Falcons. Todd Gurley is now an Atlanta Falcon. He's replacing Devontae Freeman, who the Falcons did cut just a few days ago, starting the NFL free agency. So now Todd Gurley's an Atlanta Falcon. Will the Falcons go to the playoffs? Will they win their division now with Tom Brady and company going into the division? I don't know. Teddy Bridgewater is a Panther now. There's a lot of stuff happening in the division, but Todd Gurley is now an Atlanta Falcon. I feel like it's going to be a good fit for them. I really do. Todd Gurley, Julio Jones, Matt Ryan, the list goes on and on. The Falcons, even though they haven't been successful the past few seasons, I feel like they're moving in the right direction. They got Julio Jones at a 97 overall. Todd Gurley at 86. I think he'll progress. He's young. He's only 25. Matt Ryan, he's getting up there in age, but he's still a good NFL quarterback, a guy that can still sling the rock. And their defense, let's take a look at their defense. They got Grady Jarrett leading the D-line. They got Deion Jones, a middle linebacker. They still got some nice players. Keanu Neal. Desmond Trufant's actually a line, so we're going to cut him for the sake of this video. He's actually a line now, and Darius Slay did go to the Eagles, so a lot of stuff, a lot of moving parts in the NFL recently because of the start of free agency. With that being said, let's start the simulation. Let's see what Todd Gurley's stats are. Is he a playmaker that can help the Falcons go to the playoffs and get that Super Bowl win that they've been dying to have? They blew it 28-3 against Tom Brady, who's now a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. Who would have thought? I don't know anymore. Todd Gurley, I think he'll have around 500 yards, start off halfway through the season. Will they make the playoffs? I say they go 8-8 and possibly make the wild card. But let's upgrade these players, make sure they're the best they could possibly be to help this simulation out, because they're progressing, this as the season moves on. So they are 2-6. They are on the bottom of the division. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers are 3-4. I did make a Tom Brady video, so guys, go check that out after this video if you haven't already. But let's take a look at Todd Gurley's stats. Todd Gurley, he does have more than 500 yards. He has about 575. So he's going to be doing a lot in Atlanta. He's going to be that workhorse that they signed him for. He only signed him for 1 year, but I feel like he'll re-sign and stay with the Falcons after he shows them who's boss. He has 7 TDs, which is pretty darn good. 111 carries. He's averaging around 71.9 yards per game. That's not bad for guys who have knee issues right now. He's played in all 8 games. He has not fumbled the ball. He's been a quality back for the Atlanta Falcons. Let's see what he's been doing out of the backfield. 89 receiving yards. I thought he would have more, but he does have 2 touchdowns. So he has a total of 9 touchdowns in the first half of the season. That is pretty good for Todd Gurley. That is pretty good. They are 2-6 though, so he's not helping out that much. I can't help their defense out, so that's not my fault. Alright, we're going to sim the playoffs. I don't think the Falcons are going to make the playoffs with Todd Gurley. It doesn't look like it. According to Madden, EA, are they not making the playoffs with Todd Gurley? Is that what you think? Is that what's going to happen? I don't know. We'll see. In Todd Gurley's first season, the Atlanta Falcons do not make the playoffs, but they did beat Tom Brady in the last game of the season. So there's that. They did finish 5-11. They were last place in the division with Drew Brees, Teddy Bridgewater, and Tom Brady all coming in the division. It's going to be hard to win division as the Falcons. Let's take a look at Todd Gurley's final stat line for his first season. He did have 1,000 yards rushing, which is pretty good for a guy that's been hurt, able to play consistently, played all 16 games. had 10 rushing touchdowns, so he only got he got 3 more rushing touchdowns. Averaged 4.5 yards per carry. That is good. That is a great stat to have. They just didn't rush the ball much, I guess, because 238, that's not a lot of carries. Like, I would expect 300 carries with Todd Gurley, but I don't know. He's getting old. They don't want his knee to, get hurt again, so I understand. 67.4 yards per game. That's not bad. The average did go down as the second half of the season went down, so that's not bad. He got 1,000 yards, got 10 touchdowns. What more could he ask out of Todd Gurley? Receiving-wise, he did have 3 receiving touchdowns. He had over 350 receiving yards, only had 24 receptions, so he averaged 15.1 yards per reception, averaged 23 yards per game, not too shabby, 3 touchdowns, like I said, and he had 174 yards run after catch. This guy is a maniac, and I don't know why the Rams got rid of him. I know he's had these knee issues, but it doesn't matter. It's Todd Gurley and Sean McVay should fit in your offense, but I don't understand. Who are you going to replace Todd Gurley with? You know what I'm saying? But the Falcons did not make the playoffs with Todd Gurley under his first season. They did go 5-11. But with that being said, we're going to send one more season for the sake of the video. See if he can go to the playoffs with Todd Gurley in his second season as an Atlanta Falcon. We will see. He's got that Georgia connection. We'll see. Can Todd Gurley go to the playoffs in his second season? I don't know. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. Is Todd Gurley a good signing for the Atlanta Falcons? I think it is. But does Madden? Obviously, it does not. They did not go to the playoffs. They finished 5-11. Remember, the NFC South is now a very, very tough division. It's a very tough division. Todd Gurley is not going to have the greatest, he's not going to be the greatest now, because he has to play Tom Brady. He has to play Drew Brees, Teddy Bridgewater. It's a tough division. It's a very, very, very tough division. We're going to upgrade this guy, Jordan Miller, whoever the hell you are. Congrats, you just got upgraded. With that being said, we're going to sit midway through the season. See how Todd Gurley is doing. Will he have a good stat line? I hope so. I really, really do. I want him to be successful. He's a guy I like in the NFL, a guy I respect. They really fired this man on his day off. # quarantine chill. That was his tweet. That was very funny. I really like that. But we will see what Todd Gurley's stat line will look in his second season as an Atlanta Falcon. Like I said, be sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I would really, really, really appreciate it. We're going to upgrade this real quick. It's going to be cool. Tom Brady is in the last place of the division, but Todd Gurley is third place in the division. It's a very close division this year. Who's going to win the division title? And Todd Gurley has almost 600 yards again midway through the season. Has 4 touchdowns. Did go down in touchdowns. But if they're winning more games, he's willing to do what it takes to win games. So I respect that, Todd Gurley. He's played in all 7 games so far midway through the season. Receiving-wise, he does have 11 receptions for 130 receiving yards and a TD. And he's been going off. Run after catch, 55 yards. He's averaging 18.6 yards, receiving yards per game. Let's take a look. Did he have any fumbles? No. He has been securing onto that ball. That is good stuff we like to see. He has broken 29 tackles in the first half of the season. That is some good numbers right there for Todd Gurley. Now, we're going to sit midway to the playoffs. Can the Atlanta Falcons go to the playoffs? They are 4-3. I said they finished 9-7, sneak their way into the wild card round, and make the playoffs. Let's see. Will it happen? That's my prediction. Tell me your prediction down in the comment section down below. And if you're new and you want to see more of these videos, subscribe, because there's going to be plenty of these videos on the channel. Like I said, go see the Tom Brady video I posted right before this. It's a great video. Okay, they did not make the playoffs. That's unfortunate. I can't control that. EA does just not think they're making the playoffs. They did finish 7-9. Tom Brady finished 7-9. So they at least finished third place in the division, but they did tie with the Bucs, same record, all that crap. Teddy Bridgewater and the Panthers with Matt Rule finished 12-4, and the Saints finished 10-5-1. So I guess the Saints sneaked into the playoffs as a wild card team, and Teddy Bridgewater actually won. That's surprising. Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look at his final stat line. For his second season, he did have 1,200 yards. He did have 11 touchdowns. You can't ask more for Todd Gurley. Average 4.8 yards per carry. So he's getting better as his career with the Atlanta Falcons has moved on. Like, he's getting better as each season progresses. That is good. That's good. Good for the Falcons to see. They like that type of production. 78 yards per game. You can't get 100 yards per game because that's really hard. And with only 262 carries, that's not bad. That's not bad. That is a consistent running back, guy that will play each play and give you numbers. He will produce. He will produce. And had 65 broken tackles. That is a big number right there. That is a great stat to see right there. And 259 yards after contact. That is some good stuff right there. And his longest run was 72 yards. That is some good stuff with his knee issues and all that good stuff. That is some things you want to see right there. He played all 16 games, so he's been healthy. Okay? It's not because they turned injuries off, right? Yeah. He did play in all 16 games, so that's cool. Receiving-wise, let's see. Todd Gurley had 3 touchdowns receiving, so he had a total of 14 touchdowns this season. As an Atlanta Falcon in his second season with them, pretty good stuff. He had 26 receptions, 350 receiving yards, averaged 13.3 yards per reception, and averaged 21.7 yards per game. Those are some good numbers right there by Todd Gurley. And that's the whole video. The Falcons did not make the playoffs with Todd Gurley, so the Falcons front office just needs to sign more players like Todd Gurley. And he did go up in overall. He went up 2 overall, and now he's 27 years old. Todd Gurley finished as an 88 overall in his 2 seasons with the Falcons. Tell me, guys, if you think the Falcons will make the playoffs. Will they? Will they not? I don't know. You tell me down in the comment section down below. But that's all I have for you guys today. Rock Soldier 72 signing off.